First up on The Factor, IsiahFactor.com, a Houston police officer says he feels like he's been abandoned by the city after being paralyzed on the job. 33-year-old Officer Jason Roy was involved in a high-speed chase last year when he lost control of his vehicle. He was chasing a man suspected of stealing a car. After the dust cleared, Roy was left partially paralyzed, but he says he's just learned the city is not granting him lifetime benefits. After his workman's comp runs out, Roy says he's left on his own with a 2-year-old son and partially paralyzed.
I can't work. I'll never be a police officer again. You know, this has changed my life forever. And you're going to sit here and tell me, based on what this doctor says, he saw me for 10 minutes, that you're going to deny me of my benefits?
Janice Evans with the city of Houston says it wasn't a decision made by city leaders. She says it was determined by the state to deny Roy. But Ray Hunt with the Police Officers Union says the city of Houston is self-insured. And if Mayor Anise Parker wanted to give Officer Roy his benefits, she simply has to pick up the phone. The question now is, will she? We'll keep you updated. Also on The Factor, a Houston man has created a waterway filtration device that could save lives and keep our water in Texas a bit cleaner. He calls it the Gate Ore.
My name is Perry Panousis. I own Waterway Cleanup Services. I started Waterway Cleanup Services as a way to try and catch trash and hydrocarbons in waterways and cleaning up waterways before they get to the natural bayous, which eventually get to the coastal areas. I decided to come up with a solution, and the solution is to catch trash and hydrocarbons and contaminants before they get to the bayous. We added a new feature, especially since you heard about the flesh-eating bacteria. This fabric is unique because it actually kills single-cell organisms. You find the single-cell organisms as flesh-eating bacteria. The way we look at it is it's eco-friendly. We're not making trash into the dump. We're collecting what needs to be collected and stopped before it gets to the natural watersheds.
And if you want to learn more about that filtration system, make sure you go to the blog. And finally on The Factor, she was a reporter here at Fox 26 News. Now you can call Reshonda Billingsley a movie producer as she prepares to say, "Let the church say amen."
Let the Church Say Amen is a story that is actually based here in Houston. It is my second novel, my sophomore novel, and it was picked up, and we've been on a journey to make it into a movie for a minute now, since 2008 actually. I served as executive producer. Now it is actually in the process. I'm more of a consultant, if you will, but they really do value my opinion. They take what I'm saying, and it is just it's a wonderful feeling to be involved and watch it all come together step by step. The book is about a preacher that gets so wrapped up in building a super church he doesn't see how he's tearing his family down. But it's a preacher in this story, but it could be an engineer, an attorney, a newsman who gives his all to his job and his career, and his family's falling apart. All of my books are based in Houston, so I so wanted to do it here, but Atlanta, we couldn't beat those tax breaks, and the producers of the movie, that's where they wanted to film, and that was kind of a non-negotiable thing. Queen Latifah's Flavor Unit Productions is producing. She's one of the producers on the movie, as well as Royal Ties, who Raina and Regina King, they have a company, and then Roger Bob of Bobcat Films. He does a lot of Tyler Perry movies. So all of these are producers on the film. BET is overseeing everything. I didn't imagine that it would get on this level, because you don't write a book saying, I hope to get a movie. I just wrote a good book, and this is the result.
Now, the movie is expected to be released in the spring of 2013. That's it for The Factor. Make sure you check out all of these stories and more right there on my blog at IsiahCareyFactor.com. And remember, if you have a story idea, email me at IsiahCarey@gmail.com. Back to you.
Thank you, Isiah. Time now.